Good morning, everybody. And today we're on the treadmill again because I've given it some thought and I thought that, you know what? I enjoy doing these on my treadmill. Today I'm watching My 600-Pound Life. And maybe I am as judgmental as everyone thought I was. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say everyone because not everyone thinks I'm judgmental. But as I'm watching this show, I'm walking on my treadmill, I'm going to give you my opinion on some things. Now, before you liberals who are shadow watching my videos lose your shit, let me just say, I don't understand what it's like to be 600 pounds. I've never eaten myself to 600 pounds. But I do know and understand what it's like to be over 300 pounds. Because yes, I have been there and done that. And anyone who knows me and is on my Facebook profile, I have the pictures to prove it. So today, I am between 120 and 130. And I was okay, let me go back in my story because I was 300 pounds, smoking, eating candy, Oreos, cakes, cookies, whatever. And I was smoking cigarettes, nicotine, Marlboro Reds, before anybody goes, oh my God, she was smoking. I was not smoking, but that's a whole nother story in itself, because today I am what's considered a legal card carrying, and yes, I have a card carrying marijuana user. But that's a whole nother story. Sticking with this story, I used to smoke cigarettes and drink soda, cold drink, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, whatever it is you want to call it, carbonated drinks. I was drinking all kinds of, where I'm from in New Orleans, we call them cold drinks. Here where I'm at now, they call them sodas. In Texas, they call them soda waters. So, wherever you call them, I used to drink, and my favorites were cherry Dr. Pepper, vanilla Coke, and regular Coke with chocolate syrup in it. If you're a cold drink drinker, you have to try that. I can no longer have it because, A, I don't want to be 300 pounds again. And B, when I quit smoking, and I have 7 years clean and free of nicotine, it's been 7 years since I quit smoking. So, I quit smoking, and about a week later, cold drink really just tasted nasty to me. It was so nasty. Ugh. It tasted like chemicals. And so, that made it easy for me to get off of that. But I did a lot of research before I decided I was going to start losing weight. And so, with my research, I found out that drastic things were not necessary. Slow cutbacks is what it takes. So, if you want to lose weight safely, slowly cut back. Don't go torture yourself. Don't go cold turkey. Now, when I quit smoking, I went cold turkey. That in itself was hard enough. But I didn't cut back on everything right away. I did a week later after I quit smoking, got rid of the cold drink because, like I said, it was easy to do because it just tasted nasty. But food-wise, I didn't start getting rid of foods until after my withdrawals from the nicotine started to calm down. And then I did research on how to safely do these things. And again, if you have underlying issues, I'm not here as your doctor. I'm not here to tell you how to lose your weight or how, your nutritional guide. I'm not here for that. I'm only telling you what worked for me. So I'm not here to advise you. This is just my plan and what worked for me. Okay. With that said, after about 2 weeks of quitting smoking, getting rid of cold drinks, I started researching a safe way to lose weight, and I found out that pretty much all white foods, rice, potatoes, breads, things of that nature, were really not good for you. They're all starch, they're all sugar, they're all not good for you. So even milk has a certain amount of calories to it. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my milk, and that has a lot to do with my winter fluff, because I was sitting around drinking milk all day. Now, what I have decided to do is keep 1 glass of milk in the morning, because like I said, most people wake up to their caffeine, their coffee, whatever. I wake up to my milk. And so, with that said, I had to keep that. Hold on. Come here, you. Kizzy! Putting him back on the couch so he doesn't get hurt by the treadmill. But anyway, getting rid of all the white stuff is pretty much what I have to redo to get rid of the winter fluff. So I'm back to no bread, no all-day milk, no rice, definitely no white sugars. And you have to be careful with things that you think are good for you, because even if they don't have sugar in them, man-made sugar, they can cause your body to make sugar. And again, I'm not here to be your nutritionist. By all means, feel free to do your own research, talk to your own doctor, and follow his advice, follow your nutritionist's advice. But let me just say, as I'm watching this show, My 600-Pound Life, first off, I don't have any pity on these people. I truly don't. Now, you might in the beginning, because you go, okay, they had some kind of mental issue. Don't get me wrong, I had my own. That will cause you to sit around and eat cakes and cookies and blah and blah and blah all day long. Okay, I will give you your kudos for that and your understanding. And then you have enough heart to seek out a doctor. On the show, the guy's name is Dr. Nazardine. They all call him Dr. Now. Okay, I'm with you on that. But as the man gives you your paperwork and your new dietary supplements and your dietary, here's what you're supposed to eat and how much and when and how often, and you go off, he says, look, you need to lose 60 pounds. Now, you're 600 pounds. So in a 2-month period, he wants you to lose 60 pounds. That's 30 pounds a month. Okay. Well, if you just cut out the cold drinks and the 5 pizzas a day, you can still have your 2 candy bars. Okay. But cut out the 5 pizzas and the 20 pounds of cold drink. You're going to lose weight. Now, when you go back to the man 2 months later, and you start telling him, well, I know my body, and this is going to take time, and I need some minutes, and you don't know, and why did you seek him out in the first place? If you had all the answers to start with, why did you seek him out in the first place? Why didn't you just go ahead on and start losing the weight? Because let me tell you something. Being a person that has lost well over 100 pounds, I can honestly say it is a matter of your own want to. If you don't want to, you're not gonna. I don't care if you're 300 pounds, 600 pounds, 900 pounds. If you don't want to do it, you're not gonna do it. point blank. So don't go seeking help, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, weight. Because if you've got all the answers, then go ahead and treat yourself. And basically, I did. Because I did what worked for me. I didn't seek out a doctor's help because I didn't want a doctor's advice. Now, I do have a primary care doctor who, at any time, if anything went wrong, I would go to him. And if he said, which nothing really went wrong, so I didn't have to go to him. But had something went wrong, I would have had no problem going to him and saying, hey, I'm doing this, this, and this. Now, there were a couple of times, and I'll be honest with you, during the course of my weight loss journey, I never once stepped on my doctor's scale. I just verbally told him how much I weighed, because when I weigh myself in the morning, I simply get on the scale and nothing more than t-shirt and underwear. I'm not trying to weigh in the extra pounds of my pants, sweatpants, whatever, shoes, blah, blah. So when I go to his office and I say, I weigh 160, I weigh 140, I weigh 130, because over the course of time it went down, and they can visibly see that I pretty much probably weigh about what I'm telling you. It's not like I walked in there looking like I weighed 300 pounds and said I weigh 120. But I wouldn't get on my doctor's scale because I am not going to weigh my bag, my shoes, my jeans, my coat, because I was going in the wintertime. And everybody's like, well, you could take all this stuff off. Probably, but I wasn't going to take the time to do all that. I literally was not going to strip down in my doctor's little foyer hallway there to get a weight on his scale that I could literally sit there and tell them I got on my scale just a few hours before the appointment, because most of our appointments that are made were made at like 10 in the morning, and I'm normally up at 7:30 a.m. and I will weigh myself between 8 and 8:30. So by the time I make it to your office at 9:10, I haven't gained any ounces. And so I'm pretty confident in what my scale says. And I would like step off and step on 3 or 4 times to make sure I was getting an accurate reading. Keep my batteries up to date, so I'm getting an accurate reading. All right. So again, if you are having underlying issues, which I didn't, by the way, I don't have, I'm not diabetic, I'm not, I don't have any other underlying issues. So the research I did online and talking to other people and things that I did to lose the weight, walking on the treadmill, going to the Y. I have a treadmill at home now. But what we used to do in the beginning was go to the Y, the YMCA. And I gotta be honest with you, it was a great experience until COVID hit. And walking their track, walking their treadmills, swimming in their pool, really helped me out a lot, on top of watching my diet. And then in the evening, walking around the neighborhood with my husband when he got off work, and just watching what I ate. It was a choice. And I have to tell you, when you go from 300 pounds to 120 pounds, it is a lifestyle change. It's not a 40-day diet. It's not a it's not a change for a minute and then go back to the way it was. Because if you go back to the way it was, then you will go back to the way you were, 3, 4, 6, 800 pounds. So here's the thing. And I've told this to anybody who has ever asked. When you give up the things you give up to lose the weight, it's not to say you can never, ever have it again. It's not to say that you can never have a piece of bread again. You can never have a scoop of rice again. That's not the point. The point is to get you from 300, 600, 800 pounds down to, your target weight, which, depending on your size, depending on your height, depending on your gender, that would have to be determined by either research or talking to a nutritionist or talking to a doctor. Again, everything I'm telling you here is not to diagnose you or to give you a plan on what to do. I'm merely telling you what worked for me. And I really want to say that it was a slow process, going from 300 pounds to 120. Took me about a year and a half, because I did do it safely, and I did it wisely, I did it nutritionally, I did it healthy, and I did it by losing 10 to 12 pounds a month. Now, you can safely lose more than that, but I chose to do it very slowly because there were some things that I was not giving up as much as I was cutting back, and that works too. I want to say, if you like rice, instead of having it 3 times a week, have it once a month. And if you like toast and eggs, instead of having it 3 times or twice a week, have it maybe once or twice a month. And planning your meals and writing down what you eat really does help. It helped me. And I did that for the longest. And then having people hold you accountable. Not people that are going to be ignorant. Not people that are going to be rude. Not people that are going to be hateful about it. I used Facebook a lot. And I still do to this day. I'll take a picture of what I'm eating and I will submit it as this is lunch, this is dinner. But, it's pretty much you have to want it. And you have to want to fit into those jeans. You have to want to get out of that bed. You have to want to be able to take a shower like a normal person, more than that cookie tastes good. So, with all that said, I'm watching My 600 Pound Life, and I gotta say, I don't feel sorry for these people who sit there and whine and cry and try to tell the doctor, well, you don't know me, and this is gonna take time, and you're just being hard on me, you're just being cruel to me. First off, why did you seek his help if he doesn't know you? Maybe he doesn't know you, but he does know his job. And he knows that your ass is 600 pounds, and he knows that your ass is doing nothing but sitting back eating. If you're not losing weight, it's 2 reasons. It's absolutely 2 reasons why you are not losing weight. Because A, your butt will not stop eating. Everything's hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth, all day long. Now, you can lie to yourself, but you cannot lie to 2 things. You cannot lie to that scale. You cannot lie to that doctor. It's not happening. It's not happening, Captain. You can lie about being, oh, I work so hard. And I love to watch these people. I work so hard. He just doesn't know. I'm tired of his negativity. What is it with people and honesty, and they're calling it negativity? Is that like a liberal thing? I'm coming to realize that it really is just like a self-important, self-entitled liberal thing, where they just go, they don't know my hard work. They don't know me. All he knows in general, and not one size fits all. But you know what? That scale fits all. And when that scale says your fat behind gained weight instead of losing, And he comes in and goes, your fat ass keeps eating? Your fat ass keeps eating. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to myself. Before the pandemic hit, I was maintaining a healthy weight of 120. And then about 8 months into the pandemic, I weighed myself and I was a 140. I was like, nope, no sir, not gonna happen, Captain. So husband got us a treadmill. I cut back on what I was eating. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't plan to weigh myself again until, this is March, until April, the first week of April, probably the first Friday of April. Because, first off, when you're trying to lose weight, A, you need to be real with yourself. And B, don't set yourself up for failure. So if you're trying to lose weight, don't sit there and snack all damn day and then go, I really didn't eat a whole lot. Okay, just because you didn't have 5 pizzas in one setting for your meal, but you had 5 candy bars throughout the day, you had a whole lot. Okay, just because you didn't eat anything all day and you're starving, but you had 3 12-packs of cold drinks, soda, whatever it is we're calling it, Coke, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, whatever. You had a whole lot, okay? Now, here's what I will say that a lot of people do tend to forget sometimes, is some people will forget to add their drink calories into their food calories. So, you know, it could be an honest mistake that you don't realize you're getting all the calories that you're getting because you are drinking rather than eating, and you could be very hungry and you could think you're doing great, but yet you're sucking up, you know, 2,000-3,000 calories just in the soda, cold drink, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, whatever it is you're drinking. And you could think you're drinking healthy shit. Let me tell you something. These so-called smoothies and Uzis and all that shit, if you, and research this for yourself, because again, I'm just telling you what I researched and what works for me. And I found out that fruit will cause your body to make natural sugar. And if you're not burning off natural sugar or man-made sugar, you will gain weight. That's why now on my 600-pound life, if you Google his diet plan, which you can, he will tell you don't eat fruit. Because fruit does cause your body to make a lot of its own sugar. So if you're diabetic, again, though, ask your own doctor, because I'm not here to diagnose you or give you a treatment plan. This is solely, and I have to keep saying this, because people will, you know, start to give me shit because they'll think that I'm trying to tell them what to do or judge them. I'm merely telling you what worked for me and what my diet plan was, and what I researched and what I found and what worked for me. And again, when I started my weight loss surgery, or not weight loss surgery, sorry, I'm watching the show. But when I started my weight loss journey, which by the way, I've never had weight loss surgery. I've never once had any kind of weight loss surgery, not ever, not once, not never. I've never had skin removal. I've never had gastric bypass, never. So everything I lost naturally, and it was sheer willpower. And let me tell you something. When you decide you want to lose weight, you don't have to tell everybody. They will start to notice as you start to lose weight. Because one thing I noticed right away was I used to ask my husband, do I look like I'm losing weight? Do I look like I'm losing weight? I didn't in the beginning. Because week 1, week 2, you may not be showing it. Month 1, month 2, you might not be showing a whole lot. Month 4, month 5, month 6, he looked at me and said, yeah, you're losing weight. Good job. So I learned early on not to look for my kudos, just to wait for them to come to me. And it's a whole lot easier. But I want to say that it is willpower, and it is your willingness to just not do it. Because I'm going to tell you, people are not going to stop eating around you the things that you like. I can tell you right now, in my house, I have probably 20 to 40 pounds of candy, of different kinds of candy, of like candy corn and Snickers, Twix. I have about 4 or 5 packs of Oreos. I have in my desk drawer right now, I have about 2 packs of Twix, oatmeal cookies. In my pantry, I have Pop-Tarts, I have cookies, I have cakes, I have candy, I have chips. Because I have kids. I have 11-year-old, I have a 17-year-old, and I have an 18-year-old. And they eat what they want to eat because they are normal and active and they work it off. Now, every now and then, I will have an Oreo. Once in a while, I will have a Twix. I don't have a need to eat a whole pack of cookies in one sitting. I don't have a need to eat a whole row of cookies in one sitting. When I want to have a cookie, which is probably once every 3 or 4 months, I might have, and this is how I'll do it, I'm not going to lie. When I want to have cookies, I will have 3 a day for a week. And then I won't have any more for 3 or 4 months. Like, I might start on a Monday having 3 cookies, and on Tuesday I'll have 3, Wednesday I'll have 3, by Thursday I'm done, and I won't have any more Oreos for 3, 4, 5 months. You know, so, I mean, you have to do what works for you. You have to incorporate and excorporate foods that work for you, don't work for you. I like these. My husband went and got for me the other day. They're the 0-calorie Powerades. This one is grape, but they come in fruit punch. They come in blueberry or wild berry, but they come in red, purple, blue, and then there's also this thing called Zero Waters that are lemonade and different colors there. So, you know, it's a matter of finding what you like, what works for your taste buds, and doing your thing. And people will offer you food. My husband offers me food all the time. Here's some cookies, here's some candy, here's some cake. You know, they don't mean any harm by it. And that's the first thing you have to realize. You have to realize that people that offer you things are doing it because that's what they're used to. And they are not trying to sabotage you as much as, you know, me and my husband have been married for 17 years. He's been bringing me cookies and candy and cold drink and that for years. So he means it as a loving gesture of, this is what I know you like, here I brought it for you. So he doesn't mean it as a mean of sabotage. And that's the first thing that you have to figure out, is that just because you have changed, the people around you may not have. And so with that, you have to be understanding. And when he brings me a pack of cookies, I put them up. Because not that I'm not going to eat them, but I'm going to take my time eating them. You know, and if the kids don't get to them first. But if I'm going to have a pack of Oreos, it would literally probably last me a year at the rate that I would eat them, if not longer. But it doesn't make me mad that he brings me cookies, because I see it as a loving gesture because he knows I like them. not as a means of, oh my God, he's trying to sabotage me. But you have to determine that again for yourself. I'm only stating what worked for me and how things went for me in my opinion. And with that said, my treadmill 30 minutes is up, so I am going to get off of here, take my daily picture, and go finish my daily housework. So guys, if you're looking to lose weight, watch my 600-pound life because it is inspirational. But I'm going to tell you up front, these people, not all of them, but majority of them are whining and combative and don't know why they're on the show. But anyways, that's my story and how I went from over 300 pounds down to 120. And now, because of the pandemic and a little bit of overeating in the winter, I'm up to 130. I'm headed back down to 120. So that's my story. Hope it inspires you. But again, it is only my story. I'm not here to diagnose. I'm not here to give advice. I'm not here to plan your weight loss journey. That is something you have to do on your own. This is just my opinion, my journey, what worked for me. Happy Friday. Have a good one.